Look at that. Paper. Give me a second. Give me a second, really quickly. I haven't done this in a while, and I need to, because I just need to, like, talk and feel not alone. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Mm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Actually, so I'm pretty sure I have music that I can play, so I'm gonna play that really quickly. Here, I'll play it like really, really softly, so it's like barely intelligible. I feel like I haven't played music in a while, and that transition wasn't that great, but like, I gotta figure that out. Here, let me find some music. Where's that one that I usually use for my shit? Copyright claimed. I think this is... No. Fuck. I think it's in the downloads, I think. You are in the downloads. I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. Da 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 da. Can't I eat it now? Yeah, I don't think that's bad. I don't think so, anyways. Let me see, just to make sure. I don't wanna wait. Do 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 do. Oh, it's crusty. Yeah. I don't know why my thing is fucking up so bad. Give me a second. Actually, take out my mic and put it back in. Maybe it's less. It's a lot less crusty, maybe. Oh no! I can. The crust is kind of going away. It's a little. It's a little less crust. It's not clear, and this probably will never be clear because I have shitty shit, but... Oof. Better! A little less crusty. A little... I need to get a new mic, honestly, but... Who can afford that? Not this bitch. It sounds better in the videos, I promise, but... Turn this off. Hearing myself talk is like... It's literally like hearing, like, chalk on the chalk fucking board. Oof, today is hot. It is 70 today. It's 75 today. It feels like 80. Because, you know. You know. But, yeah. Hi. Welcome. I know I have not streamed in a while. I have done a lot of things. Well, no, I streamed recently, so there's that. But I know it's still been, like, a minute. You know what I mean? But, yeah. I should be working on a video. But I'm not gonna. Because I want to work on... I want to finish this sometime. So. There we go. But how are you guys doing? What's up with y'all? I know there's a lot of stuff going on. And for me, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I just wanted to, like, talk about it. And, like, discuss it with you. And I don't know why, but, like, just, you know, do that. I'm watching a lot of people play the Quandary, Quagmire, something like that. I'm seeing a lot, or I'm watching a lot of people play that. Oh, actually, I forgot about something. see if I can do this, because I always have such an issue doing it. Would it be window capture, I guess, and then capture this? Yeah. Yeah. No. No. So if I wanted to do this, I could just put it like right here. I don't know how exactly it. Yeah, it don't look too bad. I'm gonna change the sizing of it, but I haven't done this in a while, and I thought I had a thing for this, but I don't. So edit that, and we're gonna do. How do I do this? I haven't done this in a while. My bad. But yeah, how are you guys doing? What's up? What's been going on? You guys been feeling great? That's great if you have. If you haven't, that sucks. Usually, I'd have my camera on. It's just too fucking hot. It's just way too fucking hot to do that. I'm sure. There we go. I'm sure that realistically I probably can do that, but I'm just not gonna. I'm going to crop this top part right here. Then I'm gonna go to the bottom part because plus you don't need to know what I'm typing out. I never really go in the chat like that. There we go. Better. Huh. I guess I can put it right here. I don't. Yeah. I'll put it right there because I never really use. I mean, you can see my brushes, but the sizing and the stuff, the stabilization, I don't use way too much. I kind of keep it what always has been. And sorry if you hear noise in like the background. Somebody's doing something in their yard. I get no peace unless it's the middle of the fucking night. So that's yeah. But I want to talk about a lot of things. But I'm not gonna talk about them anymore because I am not feeling great today. So, I'm going to talk about something that I heard about and I did not want to I did not want to engage. Okay? I did not want to engage, but I'm engaging anyways. It's about Ruby. You guys know how I feel about Ruby. You guys know my long rants that I've gone on about Ruby and how it's gone downhill. And recently, if you are a fan of Ruby, you know that Ice Queendom came out. And that's a whole lot of. Oh my god, Ice Queendom. Okay, I didn't watch it. Okay, but I had explained to me by somebody talked to me about it. And then I was like, okay, whatever. So I can't give opinion on this, and I don't trust you because it seemed like you're trying to. He wasn't, but like it felt like he was trying to goad me into watching it, and I wasn't trying to do it. So I watched somebody that I likes a review on it because they were pretty good with explaining it because they were like the only person, or they were one of the most trusted people I watched when it came to like Ruby-esque content and shit like that. So I was listening to them. I heard them explain like the episodes and all of that. Bro, I was so frustrated. Like I could never explain to you how like irritable I was about it. Because it's not that like my stomach hurts. It wasn't that it's Ruby or that's irritating like it always is. It was they recapped pretty much the first 3 seasons, and then added some stuff. Then they add this bootleg OC-esque character. And there were many questions, but my only question really was just, why are you doing this? Was this for the people who haven't watched RWBY? In that case, this is not the way to go. That's literally like saying, hey, instead of watching the show, watch a watered down summary of the show. You wouldn't tell people to do that, because it would take away the integrity of the fucking show if you did that. If you did that and then based your entire opinion off that instead of the actual show itself. But you're basically having them do that in these types of, scenarios, when what they could have done was briefly explained it, you know what I mean, just to catch people up on what RWBY is, and that could have been done in maybe 10 minutes max. 10 minutes max. Really not even that. But it could have been done in 10 minutes max, and like a voiceover thing, like how Glenda does at the beginning of RWBY with Dustin and whatnot. And then we could have went into the rest of the stuff. And there could have been flashbacks back to the day. And if people really wanted to see the other volumes animated and explaining the backstory in that way, and taking those pieces, then they could have. Or again, you could have made that part of the storyline of like, oh, well, Weiss acted this way because she felt this way, and that's why it's a little bit different, instead of giving us this watered down version of what it is, just to show not even Weiss's perspective on things, because honestly we've seen this perspective before in most cases, but just tweaking like small little things. And it just wasn't worth watching several episodes of you doing that. It just wasn't. I don't even remember what fucking layer I'm on, or not what layer I'm on, but what I am. I think I'm doing the stuff, or the highlight on the eyebrows and eyelashes and shit. But yeah, it's this, like, I don't know, like, it just doesn't make any sense of why they would do that, in my opinion. Hello, I guess, maybe? I don't understand why they would do that and thought that was a good idea of, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, for the person who hasn't viewed this yet, or hasn't viewed RWBY, and is watching it for the first time, they're not getting the full spectrum of the show. They're gonna think like, oh yeah, you're reviewing this because this is the bulk of the information, but you really just took out, honestly, most of the character development, in my opinion. I don't like that they not focused on, but like how we saw a lot of Weiss's relationships, and then somehow like John was put into that, and that was kind of weird, because I'm just like, why was John such a focal point? And that kind of feel weird. And then the girl that, like, I don't know how to explain her, that girl who was like, that came in with them, right? I don't know what her name was, but like, you know what I'm talking about, the new girl, the new OC character, because like, what was she? She looks, I wish I could, let me look up a picture of her. No, there's probably not one online yet, or not a good one, but like, she looked like if somebody went and got something from a magical girl anime, if you know what I'm talking about, or like an isekai. Like, she felt so fucking out of place, especially next to someone like Glinda, who should be like, she should not look similar to, but like, it should give off a similar fucking vibe. It felt like she was just this different look, and even like the way she looked and the stuff that she wore, I just felt like she was just so overdressed for no fucking reason. And sure, it kind of feels like that in the more recent episodes, but it felt like one of those things of like, yeah, cosplayers, do you exist? Here's something really complicated for you to wear just because reason. Like, that's how it feels. And it feels that way with cosplay in general with a lot of animes. And it felt that way with fucking this new RWBY thing. It feels that way with their designs too in this new anime. Like, I guess let's go with that. This new anime, like, where it's like, it feels like it's really complicated for very little reason. Like, why is this so? why is this so complicated? You know, does that make sense? And I'm realizing, like, I know why it's complicated. Like, I should know that, and I'm asking myself dumb questions. It's because they're trying to give more of that anime feel, and I think that was kind of the charm of Ruby, that it's an anime, but it doesn't give that, like, yeah, we need to do anime, so we need to have the characters be dramatic. We need to have all this stuff that ends to be nothing because it's just pretty looking. Even some of the way the characters look and some of the stuff that was put in there was just like, is this just fan service? Did you just like take all the funny out of Ruby and need to put something in? Like, explain to me why this is happening. And if this is like a plot device for something later in it, you're doing a bad job already. Like, Ruby was innovative because it went away from that stuff. So if you're adding shit into that, you're taking away that innovation, and you have to have a damn good reason for it, and not something that, even in 3 episodes, I don't see yet. I can't even acknowledge that it was a thing, because, like, what the fuck was that? That shit with John and the fucking Jean rather and the fucking ear thing. Oh my god, that it just fucking infuriated me. I knew they were gonna fucking do this, where they were just gonna take these characters and wire them down into like nothing. But this is the 3rd episode, so maybe in, you know, the 4th and 5th, which, why we have to wait a month for that shit, I have no fucking idea. That's gonna ruin it as well, because it's like, we just got a recap for no reason, because we really didn't need it. All this could have been in 10 seconds. So we got a recap to what? Build hype? About what? We've already seen these seasons before, and other than the fight scenes being animated like an anime, but not as long, not as good, in my opinion, it was just like, what was the point of watching this? Why would I? What was the point of watching this? So that's the whole thing. There was the stuff about, which I need to finish that video and put, actually I'll finish it today, I think, and put it up. There was the stuff about the whole, wait, let me mute myself for like a second. Okay, my bad. But there was the whole thing about the comic book stuff, but that's the next video I'm making. About the stuff with the what if issue with Miles Morales, that was supposed to be Thor. Ooh, that was, yeah, that shit was, they were just like, we piss off the blacks today, because that whole thing, I don't want to, if you haven't seen it, I want to really be able to show you every single fucking page and shit that I feel it was like, what the fuck is going on? Because that was just like you guys are trying to be disrespectful at this point. Like, you can't lie to me and tell me, no, we were trying to you know, make sense and no, you were trying to be like straight up disrespectful. You took the Latino out of the man, like, shit didn't make sense. There were sneakers hanging from wires in Asgard. Like, bro, it was, they were just like, black people do this, right? Just like, I was searching so hard for like a black writer. I just wanted one. That's all I needed. They weren't there. Somebody really approved this. It was like, yeah, this is what we need in Marvel. These black stereotypes for this loved character. Like, people are so excited for the Spider-Verse and shit. Spider-Verse. People were so excited for the Spider-Verse, and they just gave us this racist cartoon, like, caricature of a person. The next drawing I'm making is that one Valkyrie girl. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be like, was that supposed to be like Valkyrie? I don't know. I don't know who she was. She was bad, but even she was wearing, bro, she was wearing sweatpants. You're gonna see in the video, you're not gonna tell me that she was wearing that's armor that had drawstring. That bitch was wearing sweatpants in Asgard. I think we just nigger it up. Is that what you think? Like, what do you make of us? Because, like, what was that? Why does she have sweatpants on? Why does he have a hoodie? Like like y'all really just think we're black niggas black. Like we're people. And if you grew up in like a place, and it was weird because like Miles talked with like a Brooklyn AAVE accent, but then like everybody around him was speaking like their regular native tongue, and I was like, what is this? They use bruv as if like all black people just say the same. Like that's not how that works. Like we don't like black people in America, or at least in Brooklyn, of what they're talking about. We don't. That's British slang, bro. I guess that's the UK. You're wrong, blacks. Wrong, blacks. Like we you can use that. I'm not saying you can't. But why would he use that when he isn't in Brooklyn? And I don't know if you've ever been to Brooklyn, because that's not confirmed or not. It doesn't really matter either way. And the uncle looked like he had like a pimp coat on. I was like, all you need is a pimp cup and a feather in your head, and you're good. And really, you don't even want to use that. At that point, it's just everything felt like a microaggression. Like the Frost Giants look like the Gross Sisters. Like it didn't even make sense of why they looked that way, because it's like you're saying that the Frost Giants were depicted off of the people of like Asgard. Is that what you're saying? So like if the Asgardians were black, and in that case, does that mean that all these people were white because it was a whole white type thing and nobody was black or nobody was a other ethnicity? And it was so weird. And they had cornrows and they had more chains than they really should have. Everybody had a lot more chains than I think they should have. Maybe it's like I just didn't see the chains before on the white people, but with everything else going wrong, the chains didn't help. They were adding insult to insult to injury at that point. And I'm just like, okay, sorry, I went on a whole conversation. I probably should wait for people to come in here, but it's been a minute. I'm talking about they made a what if issue, or a what if issue with Miles Morales, and it was supposed to be like Thor. Does that make sense? And so they did it, and it was just so many black stereotypes. Think of like somebody who, it doesn't feel like they like black people. Someone who doesn't like black people, or just sees the stereotypes in black people and just throws that into Thor. Like obviously, because he's Thor and they're black, there's gonna be graffiti all over the walls. And because even if it's like because they're in or they the World Tree was in Brooklyn, obviously. Chains, you're gonna look ghetto. There's like one of the Valkyries had like basically sweatpants on, like you're going to the swap meet, obviously. You're gonna speak AAVE, because AAVE obviously is just how we talk for no other reason, not slavery, not anything like that, not because of rap, nothing. You just talk that way because of that. And even though Thor kept his accent, even though he's been around many different planets with many different accents for months or years or whatever the case may be, he's black. So obviously the blacks just all kind of just soak in the blackness. So he obviously would just be speaking with AAVE for whatever reason. But everybody else isn't going to, because they haven't been soaked into the black yet, so they're speaking like not proper English, but like, I mean, you know how fucking Odin and them speak, like. And then like the Frost Giants look like the Gross Sisters. They had fucking cornrows, and bro, there were so many like old black references too. Like they might have just said they should have just said the roof was on fire at that point. Just be singing that in the comic, because clownery. It was clownery. Like you can't justify that. There's no way somebody can sit here and justify that to me. Like it was ridiculous. And as much as I've been trying to like justify it, I have to make a whole video about it, because I can't not talk about it. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And like also I'm trying a new style of drawing, so it's like a whole thing. Because like I don't know, I didn't know how to. Oh, my thing froze. Give me a second. I've been doing it a lot more often. I might need to like restart it at one point, but probably not now. If I need to restart it, then I'll just end the stream. But yeah, I was trying a new thing of drawing because, like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I hate you almost because, like, I've been feeling a certain type of way, so I feel like I need to brighten it up with a new style of drawing or whatever. And I don't. By the way, I don't want to talk about what happened today. I think if you don't know what happened today, I don't want to talk about it. Just know that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that because honestly, I feel shitty, but I also am like, I don't care. When I say I don't care, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. This didn't affect y'all before. It's affected most minority groups, especially black people. We've been dying in operating rooms for how long? We've been, like, we were in the cities where half of us can't even. Hell, think about it. Abortions aren't free. Okay? Abortions aren't free. Yes. Yes. Abortions aren't free. A lot of black people couldn't even afford them. Half of us were dying. Y'all didn't give a fuck until it started affecting y'all. At this point, people are being like, well, I voted for Biden and shit, and like, it should have mattered. It never mattered for us. It never mattered for the poorest. It never mattered for the blacks. You could maybe do it. But most of the time, we were just having those babies and then possibly dying, and most likely getting medically mistreated in the hospital. On top of that, like, this is not new. It's made into a law, but this shit is not new. It's like saying, well, it's not illegal to kill a black person, but we got killed. We have whole marches about it. We've had it for years. People act like Black Lives Matter just started. It's been happening. It was back in the. There were several movements, just like the thing with George Floyd. It's not a new thing. This is not a new thing that just happened. We were just like, well, it's not illegal to. They might as well make it illegal, or not like illegal, but illegal to kill us. Like, at this point, to be realistic, I have no tears for any of you. I really don't. At this point, I'm just gonna find whatever doctor I can to take out my entire vagina. Because at this point, like, it is what it is. Y'all, and thankfully, because of us, y'all got resources. Let's be honest. Y'all got resources that you probably shouldn't have. Do what you will. Do your marches and shit. I'm done fighting. I'm done trying to do stuff about it. I gave up a while ago. That's just me having a fetus attitude right now. But honestly, we have so much going on that we're just hyper focusing on certain things. When, like, it's been a problem for a while, we have more problems to worry about. Gas prices are going up. Rent is going up. Half of us are out of homes. Half of us have nowhere to live. Jobs are fucking us over. Renters are fucking us over. Landlords are fucking us over. I have, like, I at least know 3 people who have some form of mold or, like, disgusting living conditions. And they just gotta live in that. Like, there's nothing they can really do about it. So it just is what it is. As much as this is a problem, will it stop, really? If this didn't happen, would it have stopped? Would it have? Bitches. I mean, not call them bitches. Women get harassed at Planned Parenthood, the Planned Parenthoods, and that shit's only gonna get worse now. But they get harassed, threatened. They didn't care about us before. They don't care about us now. If you're surprised that this happened, if you're surprised that they didn't give a fuck, I don't know what to tell you. That must have been real nice for you not to have worried about that. Especially medically, for children, for me, that was always a concern. That, going to the hospital, if I accidentally did get, it's a whole thing. I have a whole bit of problems. I'm not going to talk about this. My point is, that's why I said I didn't want to talk about this. That is a whole conversation that, while probably is needed, you're not listening to the blacks anyway. You're not gonna listen to the fucking blacks anyways. So what's even the point? We're screaming into the void. The whites just want it to be legal because it won't affect them. Or legal, rather. They don't give a fuck about what happens afterwards. They don't give a fuck if people are being threatened or whatnot. They don't care. I'm gonna cry about it. I'm gonna get some fucking ice cream. And that's what's gonna happen. Because, honestly, I'm not even... I'm as uneducated and unqualified... No, I'm not really, but I'm as uneducated and unqualified as most of these bitches go into these marches. We don't actually know what to do. Because most of us have never even cared. Hell, disabled people have been going through bullshit for a while. Y'all didn't give not two fucks. Still don't care. And if we really want to get into it, half of y'all don't need to be moms anyways. Because a lot of people aren't thinking about it of like, oh, I can't feed my kid. Oh, no, you already got me on it. Let's talk about it. A lot of y'all ain't thinking about, well, I can't feed my kid. I actually can't take care of them. I'm not a good parent. I'm not. None of y'all are thinking about that. You're thinking, I don't want this. That's all. Because if you wanted it, and you were a shitty parent, and you actually couldn't take care of them, you would not care. Then it would be, well, I'm a parent, and it's my kid, and it's my this, that, and the third. If we really want to talk about it, y'all aren't even doing it for the right... Half y'all ain't doing it for the right reasons. Majority, I'm gonna be honest. The majority is just, I want this right. I want this. You don't actually understand the actual gravity of people who, like, you don't... You know. Like, you don't have to be assaulted for it to actually be thinking, like, I know I can't take care of that kid. I know I'm not going to be a good parent. I don't actually have the resources. And even if I did, if something goes wrong, I don't think I could handle it. Because some of y'all want kids and will still pop out those babies knowing damn well you have emotional baggage that you're going to apply onto them because, well, my parenting is my choice. You don't care about the person, you just care about your choice, which I can understand to an extent, but that's kind of part of the problem. You don't care about the blacks in the situation. But a lot of people don't care about the blacks in the situation. They care about their problems and what goes into their bubble. And it's like, bro... I disconnected for a minute. Thankfully, because, like... My guy. It's a whole thing. I went on a whole rant. I'm glad the internet shut me out for a minute. Because it's a whole conversation that needs to be had. That nobody's going to have. Because I still get affected by it. I still get affected by it. Now, this is a bad thing for everybody. You know, some people say that. It's not a bad thing for everybody. I'm affected by it and you should care because... Yeah, that's part of the problem. Well, you're not affected by it, you don't give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck when people were dying in the hospital. You didn't give a fuck when nurses were struggling. You didn't care. You didn't. Get down from there. Make sure. I'm over it. Excuse my neighbors. Get down right now. But, like, I'm over it. I'm over it. Because at this point, like, eat my ass. Because there's nothing... I feel nothing. I really do. I'm very numb to this at this point. If I talk about something that's not going to piss me off. Okay, let me think. Talk about the Miles Morales shit. I don't even remember where I was at on that. But I also wanted to talk about... what was I going to do with my next thing? Right, I was going to do something after this video, or after the next video I make, talking about... Like, I want to talk about something to do with pride. By the way, the makeup I have in my next video, please don't say shit, okay? Ignore it. It's ridiculous, I know. Let's ignore it. It was a rainbow thing I was trying to do. I regret every minute of it. So please don't. Let's not talk about it. But after that, I wanted to do something for Pride Month because, you know, that's still a thing. Oh, you know what? Now I think about it. That shit Saucy Santana said, that shit was like, God, that's a whole other conversation because he was talking mad shit from what I can understand. Here, let me put the stuff on first. From what I can understand, his whole thing, what he was talking about was he was trying to say that, like, black women need gay men, like, you know what I mean, like, as if, you know, for a lot of their lingo and whatnot, we're not the blueprint or anything. And it was like, it was a whole thing. He went on a whole rant, and it was just very much anti-black women, in my opinion. And, yeah, people are eating him up, by the way, but that kind of is like a thing that we also need to talk about, because Pride Month is fine. I'm technically... Give me a second. Let's see what's wrong with that boy. He is dying. He just throwing a fit. I don't care. Okay, sorry. But that's a whole other conversation because I technically am pan. Technically I'm pansexual. Technically, but like I always say bisexual because it's more convenient for people to understand that. But like, and you know, as much as I shouldn't be doing that, I do. For convenience sake, anyways. And if you're just having that fit in the background, that's gonna be irritating. But yeah, while that is going on, there's also a thing to be said of like some of y'all, in general, I feel like with that, sometimes the black community in general, we have to be like very, not cognizant. That's not the word. I'm not saying the word right. We have to be very aware of the toxic people in our community and be like, hey, can you like fucking not? And I feel like it is a little difficult for us to do that. Okay. Yeah, he's throwing a fit. I guess because he has to go to bed. Or not go to bed, but take a nap. I'm sure. Give me a second. Let me see what's wrong. Because he's getting on my nerves. Okay, I think it's fine now. He might start up again. You know, it is what it is. But what I was saying was that's a whole other conversation because we need to start holding our people in our communities accountable. And while I do love Material Girl as a song, and I do be bopping like the heavy based one sometimes when I'm walking just because it makes me feel good. Yeah, that man was speaking straight bullshit and it was very out of pocket. I don't know what the fuck was happening there. But yeah. That whole thing was happening. And even I feel like in the black community sometimes we don't do that. And I was having this conversation with somebody else. They weren't black, so I don't think they fully understood. But I've been hearing a lot, or not hearing a lot, but I've been seeing a lot on TikTok people talking about therapy when it comes to like black people getting therapy and us getting therapists that look like us. And while I agree with that, some of these people, I think, also forgot that they were talking about therapy and, like, you know, healing that part of them and whatnot. And, like, one person was just like, yeah, this person was telling me, like, you know, the stuff that I happened in my childhood from my parents was, like, toxic and I shouldn't be talking to them because of that, but they just don't understand. It's like, you're still going to therapy, ma'am. Yeah, we do a lot of toxic shit. Doesn't mean that we should not invalidate that happening, or that even that, you know what I mean, like, you can't heal a situation or whatnot, but to be like, no, I don't like this therapist because they don't understand, and they're not, like, they're telling me to cut off my family member who, like, beat me to death. Not beat me to death, but, like, you know what I mean? Because we have that thing of being like, yeah, the beating, it wasn't that bad. The extension cord didn't, you know? And while you can't understand your parents and what they did in the sense of, like, yeah, that's all they knew, that was the only way they knew how to do it, so they did it to me, that doesn't mean that you have to accept that, nor does that mean that you should. That definitely doesn't mean that you should. Nor does that mean that you should just be like, yeah, no, that happened and it's fine, and while that affected me, I'm just gonna keep those people in my life like they have become different or changed. Like, if you don't, if you can't even acknowledge or explain to them, or you feel like you can't explain to them that they did something wrong or they did an issue, yeah, that's not a person that you should probably keep in your life. You know what I mean? If you telling somebody, that's my thing in general. If I tell someone that something I did, it doesn't matter that they hurt. If that makes sense, let me say it like that. It doesn't matter if they hurt me unintentionally or because of a reason. But if I tell someone that happens and they do nothing about it, that's an issue. And that's what most of it is that we tell them, like, hey, that you probably shouldn't have beat me. That probably shouldn't have been what happened. You know? And then they turn around and they're just like, well, I don't care, I'm going to continue to do whatever, I'm going to continue to say whatever. Obviously, they can't beat you because you're grown, but I'm going to continue to, like, talk to you any type of way or expect this weird thing from you because that's part of our culture, when it's like, it doesn't have to be. If you want to be part of that culture, then yeah, you're going to, you know what I mean, like, then you're going to do that. But if you're expecting, like, some form of decency, I would say, from that person, or you're expecting something that's outside of that realm and they don't respect that for whatever reason, and it's a reasonable request, not beating your kid or not verbally abusing them, or a lot of times it's like treating them like they're not like your child anymore, if that makes sense, in the sense of like, well, I'm 25, you know what I mean, I'm 35, I'm grown, I'm on my own, I got my house. You can't just expect me to go see what's his face or who's or what's her because it's their family, even though they've treated me X, Y, and Z way. I get that whole, like, family, like, blood deeper than water type thing, but, like, they hurt me. I don't want to go see them. They're not nice to me. I never liked them. And I was like, no, that's your family. You need to go. Like, Mom, I said no, so that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to do it. And then that becomes a whole issue. Like, you need to then address that. And so I understand you want somebody to understand you and understand that, like, yeah, this happens in the families a lot, and then help you find coping mechanisms around that, so maybe you can have those people back in your life that you can explain to them that it wasn't okay, whatever the case may be, to outwardly be like, I just want it to where this person understands that that's just how it is. It doesn't have to be that. And that's kind of the point. If you want to stay in that, then why would you come here? Like, what would you, like, you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, why would you come here? Because especially if a lot of your problems, or at least they're telling you a lot of your problems are coming from this specific point in your life because of the stuff that happened, the stuff that happened. Because sometimes we don't want to hear that, like, yeah, we're going to have to heal from that, or yeah, we're going to have to get over that specific hurdle. But again, we're coming to somebody and we're paying them. That's crazy to me. You're paying them basically to tell you stuff that you don't want to hear. Like, if I wanted to hear that and I wanted to get over that, you know what I mean? Like, I could probably do that myself, but it's because I don't want to hear it. It's because I don't want it to, not necessarily I don't want it to change, but, like, you know what I mean? In a way, you don't, because that's normal, that's familiar, and that's not everybody, but a lot of people, that's how it's like. The blush is always yeah, it's not really great. Like I'm adding a little bit too much. I might have to like dial that shit down, but yeah, it's a whole thing. And so like I saw that shit. I was listening to people talk about what he had said and all that shit, and I was like, bro, yeah, we need to talk about how that's not cool, and you can't just shit on black women because you feel certain. Like it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. Just because, like, Beyonce just dropped a new album, so how dare you even fix your mouth to say anything about anything. But I don't even like Beyonce. It's just that she's that type of person that, like, she just dropped something, so how dare you even say how dare you even talk during this time while she's gracing us with her breath? Like, no. I don't like her like that, but that's how it feels, even though I don't. Ooh, my nose. It's so runny. But yeah. Other than that, I think I've been going through a lot of mental stuff, which, yeah, shit sucks ass. I think I'm not giving myself time to process anything, you know? Because, I don't know, my brain works weird. My brain works of like, I need to give myself time to process things. You know, like, I process it, and the process is usually long. That's kind of the part that is making it a bit difficult. Because, like, there's a lot. I think it's a pattern, not pattern, but, like, it comes in steps, if that makes sense. So, the first step is me talking about it, and just generally just running it down, so I can almost confirm to myself that my thing is loading, so I can't draw right now, but, I can confirm myself, like, yeah, that happened. These are my feelings on it. And work over them so I understand what happened. You know, I grasp what's happening. The second part is, like, actually reflecting on it and being like, yeah, that happened. God, that sucked. I feel this way about it. Like, it's just not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not it. And either getting over, or going over the panic of it, or the stressfulness of it. And then the last part is just, like, not trying to, but figuring out, like, how that affected me, if it's going to affect me moving forward, and what I should do so it doesn't hinder a part of my life. A lot of what I do, in general, is self-reflection. Mainly because, like, I have a bad issue with overthinking. So a lot of my overthinking ends up being a lot of personal reflection of, like, what I did, what I said, how I said it, you know, did I say this wrong? Was I too harsh about this? Anything like that. It's just, I can't help it. So I just turn it into, like, me sitting down in a room, no music, no nothing, just thinking. And so that's the whole thing. And sometimes I walk and do that, but yeah. And I feel like I shouldn't do the eyes last, but I'm going to. And yeah, it's been a little bit difficult to do that, though, because everything's kind of like the amount of stuff. I just realized, because I took a walk today, and then I woke up and I just kind of sat in my bed, and I reflected. I'm like, you know, it's been a month. It's not. I need to stop regulating it to 1 month. It's been several months of, like, back to 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 back stuff. It's no break in sight, and it's been kind of like a year of that happening. And I'm realizing I never really took the time to process that, because people made me feel bad about processing it, but. And so it's almost that fear of, like, I shouldn't do that, or I shouldn't say this, or I shouldn't do this, because it probably won't be great, because I sulk. Like, I don't want to say I sulk, but that's what comes off of me sulking, because I'll just be sitting and thinking about it, and I'll be sitting and trying to figure it out, or I'll be sitting and, like, it's bothering me. And so I'm just sitting here thinking, like, all this stuff happened, and I did talk about it, but did I really figure out how that affected me, or was I just like, oh no, it's over, like, you know, it's like a one and done type thing, and it's like, no, it's not. you're undermining your feelings and what happened, and you shouldn't do that. But then I'm also like, but I'm gonna do that because like I'm gonna do that. Like, how about I undermine all of my feelings and like you can eat my ass. Like that's how I was feeling anyways. And while I should not feel that way because that's so bad, I do. And did I do a thing on this? Because I did. That actually would have helped. I thought I didn't separate these layers, but I did. Yay. And it's not that great, but I can cut around if I need to. But yeah, it's just been that. And so today I was just like, bro, I should take some time to breathe. You know what I mean? Like I'm staying in this bed anyway, so I should probably take some time to breathe and just figure out my life and figure out what I'm gonna do. Because another thing that I've been having, that I've been like, I have been not the healthiest lately. Like, what I stress eat, and it's binging. It's binging. It's binging in every sense of the word. And so like I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been doing that lately. And I've just been like, yeah, I probably should not do that. So it's kind of been that, and then either that or not eating. And I'm just like, I shouldn't do that either. So I've been kind of getting better at like figuring out, like, not figuring out, but like doing that healthy middle, which is pretty difficult, but it's not super. Oh wait, my computer froze. Oh no, don't freeze. Okay, it's better. But yeah, it's super just not, and I feel like I should be not talking about this, but to be fair, I haven't streamed in a while, so I know y'all ain't really gonna watch like that, which is fine. I'll stream more often, I promise. A lot is bigger. But yeah, I feel like I've been here, let me mute my actually music for a second because I don't know if this is gonna make a noise. But yeah, I've been feeling just not great lately, and it's not nobody's fault really but my own. But I've just been like, I wouldn't say I haven't. I could probably help change it. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that I can't change. Like, there's certain things that just happen, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about it, but there are a lot of things that I just personally can't change, or that I need to figure out a way around because I can't change it immediately or at the moment. And one of those things, well, I'm gonna tell you one of those things. A lot of those things are, yes, turn that. But oh, my Chrome needs to be updated. I'll do that later. But a lot of those things are just, they're things that are pretty heavy and difficult, and I just need to accept it, and just like, not accept it, but like get over this grieving. Let me not say get over that. Again, that's diminishing it. I need to find a way to get past this, or find a way to deal with this in a healthy way. Crying has helped, but like, I can only cry so many times in the shower before it becomes excessive. You know what I mean? Like, where it becomes like, am I really doing anything? You know what I mean? Like, doing the right thing about my feelings by doing this, or is this just like nothing? You know? And so that's, yeah. And then I also feel this pressure of like, I want to feel better, or not feel better, but I want to still express myself, but I don't want it to come off as like low-key, I made something the other day, and this is why I'm continuing this drawing. I made like 3 things that have been related to like some form of darkness. They were very much event pieces, and I'm just like, it's not that I don't want to put that out, it's just like, this seems like a suicide letter. I'm not gonna do I'm not going to do that. Like, it's not just like me venting or me understanding my feelings, or just talking about how I feel. This seems very like super specific, and I don't think it reflects how I actually feel. I think it reflects something darker, and I'm gonna have a lot of people concerned. And it's not supposed to be that. So I'm sitting here trying to find something that's like it. I'm trying to draw something that has me pinned right, like it's where like, yeah, you understand a little bit. You understand how I feel by what I'm drawing. And until then, I'm going to continue to draw these people. And that's the best I can do at the moment, because that's all I kind of have. Now, honestly, here, I really need to layer this better, because it would be a lot easier for me if I did so. But my point, I'm sorry, I veered off there for a minute. My point was saying that, like, I just need to work on myself. And I'm not trying to blame anybody for it, nor am I trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be a healthy, functioning human being. And while some of that is not impossible, but some of that is going to be kind of difficult to pull off, because in a way, I'm not a normal functioning human being. I have a bunch of problems, and I have a bunch of traumas that come up. Because, like, even if you don't know, which I can totally understand, because I haven't talked about it in a long time, because I didn't want to be too depressing on here, but I have a whole thing with school, and I don't want to say I have to. It would be very beneficial for me to go back to school. So it's just this constant, like, push and pull of, like, should I not? You know what I mean? I'm worried about, like, what will I'll do if I do, all that type of shit. And I'm just like, I need to just figure that part out. Because that's like one of them where I'm like, I don't actually deal with that. Like, that is a problem that I talk about with very few people, and I express with very few people, because I will legitimately start crying if I talk. And I don't have a problem with crying, but I don't want to, blurt out my feelings about something, what happened to me, and then, like, you know what I mean, like, I have to then re-talk about it with a new friend. Because also something happened. There's a lot happening in my life, but something happened with, like, a friend of mine where it was like, okay, I can't be friends with you anymore. You're a bigot. I can't do that anymore. So that happened, and I was just like, okay. And so I'm just kind of like, even then I'm processing that, and I'm just like, because that was a person that I talk to all the time. I vented to this person. They know things about me that a lot of people don't. They've seen a lot of me, like, you know what I mean? I was even planning to go visit them, because I'm just like, you're far away. I think he lived in, like, let's see where he lived, but, like, he lived far away, and I'm like, I want to go visit you, because, like, you've been a very much of a help to me. I want to come see you and, like, give you gifts, and so that's kind of falling apart. That was part of a plan, and, like, my brain doesn't process that of, like, this plan that you've been playing out for, like, months is fell over, and you can't do that anymore, so now you have to plan again around it, and it's just a lot of mental stress. I don't think I can handle a lot mentally. I think I pretend like I can, and I force myself to, and then when I get super overwhelmed, that kind of happens. And I even feel bad, because today was a lot, because today I would say, I got mad at somebody today. I wouldn't say I got mad. That's not the word I use. I got very overwhelmed and flustered. That's actually very accurate to what happened. I got very overwhelmed and I got flustered today, because someone had did something and it triggered me. Like, it wasn't something I knew it was building up or something like that. It just happened, and I was just like, And like I feel like I came off really aggressive with me saying like I don't really like that shit. Please don't do that. And I feel like that didn't come out like that. It didn't come out like that. It came out something more aggressive and angry. And then now I'm just like overthinking it, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want them to feel bad because it's not their fault. It's literally nothing they could control, and it's just like a whole thing. And he goes back to school, and it's like there's nothing I could really. It's not like I could go beat those people up legally, anyway. I can't go like beat those people up or anything like that, nor would I. But well, could I would, but I can't go do that, and there's nothing they can do about it. And it's just something that I have to like deal with, you know. And I feel bad because like that whole thing happened, and it just was a lot. And so I just feel like I mentally think I can handle a lot of stuff. That stuff doesn't bother me, and then like out of nowhere, I guess I'll be triggered. So out of nowhere, it's just it'll bother me, and I'm just like, fuck. I thought I was, you know, good, or I thought this didn't bother me, or like, you know, and that's why I need that time to reflect instead of just like getting past that shit. Makes it very hard to regulate my emotions in that sense. Even now, I'm getting like pissed off because I can hear people. I hear my nephew throwing a fit. I can hear neighbors, and I'm just like, calm down. There's a basketball constantly bouncing. This is why I record and do everything I do at fucking night. Cause my brain's like, there's a lot of noises right now. So I had a panic attack the other day. That's another thing. I've had severe panic attacks. It's all been a whole thing. And one of the things that happened during my panic attack that I remember, because I don't remember a lot of it, but one of the things I remember is like, I have such a sensitivity to like certain things, like smells, like feelings and things like that. And one of the things is like noise. I have such sensitivity to noise. I can't. So like while I was in my panic attack, and right now, if there's like too many things going on at once, it doesn't even have to be something that's like big. Like just me being able to faintly hear the basketball in the background is driving me insane, and it does when I'm recording. So I don't record it in the morning because it's not like it's not super loud. Like I don't know if you can hear it, but it's not super loud. It's just something I can faintly hear. My nephew crying, something I can faintly hear. And sometimes I'll be able to drown it out, but then sometimes I'll just be hyper focusing on them, and it just feels like, you know what I'm talking about, those movie scenes where like this noise is happening, it's like building up, and that's literally what starts happening, and I'm like, I can't function like this. And then I just shut down, or I just like I can't do it. Whatever I'm doing, I can't do it. And so it's like a whole thing. I've been talking for an hour. Oh, that's surprising. Usually it would already be like 2 hours by now, but you guys got like 30 minutes with me. And it just has been a lot. I know I'm not talking about anything particular that you guys can respond to, so I can get while you guys are just chilling with me right now. But yeah, there's nothing, I don't know, something just feels, oh, hello. Oh, you're new. Hi. Welcome to this. I'm bad. You should join my Discord. I don't really go on there much anymore, but that's probably the first place I'll go if I start streaming. That's usually the first place I go when I start streaming. So you should do that. That would be nice. But yeah, I'm drawing. This is like a new style for me. Not really. It's more of like, well, no, I think I used to draw like this, but I wasn't good at it. So this is like me trying something new, which I don't even think it works with like the line art, but we're gonna make it work, you know? Am I funny? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I need to know that I'm still funny, because like, I sometimes think I'm really dull. Because again, like I try to like make myself a bit more happier and like excited and like, yeah. Like, I mean, if you saw the camera that I usually have on, you'd think I was crazy. Because like I just tend to be a little bit more bubbly, but my default is like depression. Depression. So Yeah, I have the earphone in for no reason. I think it's to help with the noise, but there's no real reason for it. I'm just itching my ear at this point. Oh god, I know it's because of that, but also because like my allergies have been out of fucking control, bro. It's a whole thing. It sucks. It sucks. Oh, I'm glad that you're subscribed to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. I obviously want more attention than I deserve. Oh! That's something else I want to talk about. I just thought about that because talked about me, you being sub to me. That's something else I want to talk about. God. So like, you know, okay, you know, I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm gonna give him a pass. I'm stuck from his channel, but I'm gonna give him a pass because like there's a certain y'all know who's there's a certain person on here that like it's not even just him. In general, there's a reason why I stopped talking about like art drama like that, and I don't even go on Twitter anymore. I don't keep up with their shit anymore. It's straight up. Yeah, so I don't know if there's art drama or not, or there has been, or we've been like pretty clean and quiet for a while now. But there's a reason why I don't talk about their shit anymore, because like so many YouTubers were talking about in the art community, like, or the art commentary community, anyways, in the small subgroup with, you know, who they are. But they kept saying like, no, you know, I'm not gonna talk about the drama anymore. Like, this is so much. Like, you guys need to stop talking about it, dead it, and then they'll continue to talk about it. And somebody specifically that was that type of person was saying, yeah, no, he like his videos low key don't give any more perspective. They just rehash the same shit and then give perspective that were already given by people who aren't like in the community, but still talk about it because they have like brain cells and like people in the community, and it's supposed to be like, yeah, no, he's credible and stuff like that, bro. And he said several times like, I don't want to be in this community, I'm not gonna make videos about this. I'm like, that's fine, cool, do whatever you want. My man's still doing it. And it's supposed to be like, well, it's under the guise of da. I'm like, no, you don't have to. Like, Manga Common said that shit and then literally stopped talking about this community. Unless he was literally directly involved in that shit. And not, oh, I'm involved because I know people. Like, directly involved in the sense of, oh, I'm involved because literally part of it had my fucking name attached to it. Like, I literally was in this drama. And other than that, he was just like, I'm not talking about this shit. And he stayed true to his word. He still talks about, I don't even know what he talks about because I haven't watched YouTube in a while. I think he mainly makes like, oh, is it Yu-Gi-Oh content right now? That's what he's making? I don't know. Oh, it's Faulkner. Jar, I don't even watch Jar anymore. I enjoyed his perspective and some of the stuff that he said when it came to the Peaches stuff, but then in general with Jar, I can't. Like, well, that's not true. He did make that one video about his past that was kind of interesting. I kind of wanted to hear it because I didn't hear about all this stuff that was happening with that. And I wasn't even in that community, so it was just like for fresh tea. Having a stroke. It was like fresh tea to me, and I was like, ooh, tell me. But then, like, that kind of started getting confusing, and I'm like, it's not my business, really. And this tea is kind of getting like, it's looking a little, that looks like mold. I don't know I want to be here. But yeah, it's Spectre. He gets on my fucking nerves, that shit. And so I'm just like, alright, cool. You're still gonna talk about it. It's just gonna be every so often. Alright, cool, that's fine. If he wants to do that, he can feel free to do that. I'm just going to go the other way now. Because that's what I was being like, okay, so is he gonna stop or is he not? But then, you know, he's not. So I'm just like, alright, cool. Because I don't want to hear about that shit. I don't want to, even if it's past, present, current, or whether it's present, but current, future draw, I don't care anymore. Because a lot of the stuff we literally complain about is like the dumbest shit of life. And like nobody tells us like, hey, that shit might have been a little bit dumb. That shit might have been a little bit stupid. But yeah, that's a whole other thing. I don't like that shit. Don't tell me you're not. Don't tell me you're going to do something, and then you just like fucking not do it. Like you're not, and you know, I mean, like, obviously he owes me nothing. Really owes nobody nothing, which is why I'm just like, yeah, okay, well, do whatever, do whatever you want. But yeah. Oh, ooh, sorry. Hey, it's been a bit since I caught a stream. Hi, I don't remember your profile, but that's mainly because, yeah, it's been a while since you caught a stream. But hi, thank you for coming. That's so nice of you to come and, you know, humor me, humor me for as long as I've been doing this. How have you been? You know, how are you guys doing? You know. I've been rambling on about how I've been doing and my life falling apart. How you doing? Is everything great? I hope so. Oh wait, because Marsha's starting to get on my nerves about the whole wanting to distance stuff from the community, and they keep literally starting to get the like, oh, on my last nerve. But I'm letting him go because he's one of the younger ones, and he started when he was younger. So I don't know what his whole thing is about that, but like. Don't stop saying that if you're gonna make a like he made a video about the that's why I literally okay I knew that he wasn't serious about that when he made the video about the creep show art shit, bro. Why? People keep asking like no, well they were the thing. Why'd you do that? What was the point of that? He's acting like he was involved. You were not. No one cared. You could have made nothing and said nothing. Same thing with the other shit. You could have made nothing and said nothing. You were not involved. Stop pretending as if you were involved. Like, because you make a video about something doesn't mean that you're involved. Like, stop. Like, even Peach has moved on from that shit. And she still be brought up in drama. Still be brought up in it. I moved and my cat ran away. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, no. I'm sure Kitty will come back. We'll pray. Kitty will come back, I promise. That's so sad. So I can't do animals anymore. Well, I can't afford them, but like, if my animal ran away or even my guinea pig died out of their cage, I would have been like, bro. Devastated. Like I've never replied it. It's gonna get stuck somewhere. It's gonna or not hyperventilate, but it's gonna like die. It's not gonna be able to get back up. It's gonna be a whole thing. So I can't. With like bigger animals that like actually can escape and shit. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's my phone. That scared shit out of me. I was like, am I hallucinating again? It's an audio hallucination? That I'm hallucinating a phone? No, it was somebody's phone. Loud as fuck. No, it's about Ponder. Ponder, I have actually, has Ponder even, I know Ponder's been researching drama and whatnot, but I think it's been art-related drama, but I don't know if Ponder, let me look it up, actually. I don't know if Ponder has she uploaded, or, let me see. Oh my god. Also, I'll say the last thing about this and I'll end it. Ruby Ice Queendom's animation sucks ass. Like, I'd rather have the old animation from Ruby. This sucks ass. It's literally animation, which can be good, but in this instance, when it comes to what the animation was, it's so bad. Like, it's like, why? It's anything with like that. Why does On Equinox look better somehow? Oh god, the way, fuck, oh my gosh, it looks so bad. Oh, it pisses me. I'm sorry. I'm seeing clips of it, and I'm just like, it's pissing me off. It's like shit looks so bad. let's see. Oh, she did upload. Alright, Ponder. And yeah, Ponder talks about shit, but like, yeah, I don't think she's ever said that she was gonna stop talking about stuff. I think she just, well, I think she made it, I'm pretty sure she just made it clear that like she was going to talk about things, like, you know what I mean, like rehash, well, no, I'm pretty sure her whole channel was rehashing situations that she found that she could add something to, or actually break down a timeline instead of, I think that Spockter's maybe trying to do it. You know what I mean? And I know she does. I know that she does do like a lot of streams on them and whatnot sometimes. But you know, to be fair, Ponder's videos take like months to fucking make. Like she was making a video every single month for a while now, and even I think put out 2 in 1 month. One of them was speed art, to be fair, but yeah, like Ponder, I like because she's taking her time. Like she's making sure all her shit is correct. Spockter's been fucking up. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, sometimes he be fucking up, and I'm just like, you didn't need to talk about the situation, and you fucked up in it. Like, you fucked up in what happened. How does that work? People agree with you because you did the right, you had the right quote unquote opinion. I don't understand it. That shit don't make sense to me. What were you saying? Because I have no idea what's going on with Ponder besides that one hot take she had about Jellybean fan art. Yeah, I don't have her account, so I don't really pay attention to her and her streams like that. Yeah, I haven't watched one of her streams in a while, but I do see that she streams like some of this stuff. But yeah, the take about the fan art I can somewhat relate to because I remember that. I get what she's trying to say because honestly, they'll say stuff like that, like, "Oh, that's bad," because, and then some of the people's thumbnails and or some of they're not very consistent on what they're trying to say. You know what I mean? It's a, you know, well, we were talking about, it's not really drama in general. I think we were, this started with us talking about how we're irritated with Spockter and how he's not very consistent in saying like he wants to stay away from like the art commentary drama community and that type of stuff and the drama and the stuff, and then he'll like every so often he'll just talk about a video that has nothing to do with them really, that doesn't matter, that he could literally ignore, and he just doesn't. And then it's like, well, you're distancing yourself, but you're not, because like there are other people who said that and they just distance themselves unless they're literally directly involved in something. And yeah, you know, and then we went to talking about Ponder, and I was asking like, did she upload yet? And she did. Oh, it was a month ago. Jeez, I have not been getting notifications at all. And she had like this hot take about Jellybean. I don't know who that is. I know there was drama with them, but I know they're a child, I believe. But that was kind of it. But the drama was that she had this hot take about it was porn of this child's character in the thumbnail, because obviously it's a character that represents the child, or I believe it's their OC, I think. But yeah, it represents the character, and somebody put it in their thumbnail, and people were kind of arguing whether that's okay or not. I personally don't give a fuck. To be honest with you, I kind of agree with her in the sense of I don't give a fuck, because on top of anything could represent this person in that sense. It's not as if that hasn't happened before. People did that with Peaches and her trauma, and we let that go. People have done that with other, I can't even say like, oh well, I've done that. Like I've done that before. So like I can't say, well I'm not sure if that's the original or that was the thumbnail I went with at the ending, but I've done that before. Not because you know what I mean? It doesn't have any actual implications. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't. that means that you can't find it gross or weird, whatever. That's fine. But to act like somebody like murdered this child or anything like that, that's weird. Like they were specifically being like, hey, this is what we're showing because this. I'm pretty sure the video was like, this is not okay type thing. So it's like you showing the site and all and showing proof of all of the art being real and people aren't just making that up. Like if somebody did that, would that be reprehensible? Because people do that all the time. They've done it in videos and things all the fucking time. So is that reprehensible or is it not? Or is it only because it's in the thumbnail? Or is it only because you don't like the specific person? Or is it only because, like, when is the line drawn? Because if people do it in videos, it seems like there's no fucking problem because people have consistently. But if they do it in thumbnails, it's, you know what I mean? I can understand. Excuse me. If it was graphic, is he even a humanoid person? I'm not even sure about their OC entirely. But didn't I look up somewhere that the OC was of age, to be fair? So it's like if somebody made had an OC that but it was like canonically older, that means that you can't make porn of that OC, or not make point of it, but that you can't point out that there is porn of it, and does that make that wrong? Or like, cause you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot here, in my opinion. How old? They're not old, but how? I'm showing you, right? It's like in my opinion, there's a whole conversation to be had, but honestly, not saying that everybody liked this, but it seemed low-key like people were a little bit more mad at... It seemed like people were a little bit more mad at this thumbnail than the actual thing itself, because... You know what I mean? And so it was weird. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The whole thing was weird, because like, while you can't disagree with that person, the way people were coming at it was like, this implied something, if that makes sense. I'm like, it doesn't. It's really not that serious. Sure, you can disagree, and I totally understand if you disagree that this is a problem and this is something that should happen, but also like, it doesn't imply anything. It's just like, I just don't think that this is a big of a deal because people have done this before. This is not the first or last time, and then people put it. So I put it in the video. It's the same exact thing. It's just one's in the thumbnail, one's in the video. What, you're mad because you like what? Like, you don't even see the entire thing. So there's literally there's nothing. You clicked on the video. You're gonna click on the video either way because you wanted to hear about it. And if not, you can literally just scroll past it and ignore it. Oh, my nip came off. Like, the stuff exists. We can't get away from it existing. You know what I mean? But for that person to use it to shed a light, or in this case, use it to promote them shedding a light on like how bad it is or how this is not okay. It's just a difference of a moral. Some people think like, oh, if it's something not okay, you should just never bring it up ever. And some people are just like, well, if it's not okay, then, or set your morals of what this is. But honestly, the hot take she had, I'm like, have you guys not been watching Ponder's channel? Because this shouldn't be a hot take to y'all. It's literally the same thing of like, somebody put vent art with well, not the vent art, but the specific art I'm thinking of. But actually, didn't... Oh, wait a minute. Because what's her name? God, I forgot her name. She hasn't come for a while. Let me make sure about what I'm about to say, because we do not come out of pocket and be bullshitting. Wait, I thought, oh, it's a she. I'm sorry, I thought it was a he. The character looks like a he. Well, the character looks like a he, so but, sorry, my bad. She's a teen, and she's not hurting anybody, and that's me, yeah. And I totally get that, but I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. Let me make sure that I was not making that up when I said it. Is that video still up though? Is the question. Is the video still up? Because whether it is or not will answer my thing of like, wasn't there like weird or what they consider I feel like what those people would consider predatory things in that one thumbnail from Creepshow, and nobody said not one thing about it. I'm pretty sure that's what I mean. Of like, I swear I've seen. I don't think the video that I'm talking about is even up anymore. I'm like, I swear I've seen that type of content in a thumbnail before from a creator, and nobody said not one piece of shit about it. And so why this is a thing, I'm like, it's obvious that you probably just don't like this creator or you're not fucking with them. She did. She put something similar, I'm pretty sure, in a thumbnail. And nobody said not shit about it. And nobody would say anything about it. And nobody's going to say anything about it. And people are going to continue to do this. And they're not going to say anything about it. So I think you just didn't like the creator and you just had a problem with it. But again, even if you didn't and you genuinely have a problem with this, or you feel like this person was trying to do something malicious by doing that, you can think that all you want, and I can't really stop you. I just feel like, yeah, it's giving a hypocrite to me. I'm sorry, it just is. It's giving hypocrite to me, so I just, while that wasn't, I feel like that might have been a spicy take for some people. Yeah, they're not consistent with what's a spicy take or whatever, so I don't trust it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Always look down on people who have resorted to using such thumbnails just as clickbait for their videos. That's just me, though. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because some people feel generally uncomfortable with that. Like, I did when it came to prank videos and shit like that at first, but I'm like, at this point, yeah, it is what it is. Like, at this point, as long as you're not saying, like, I boiled my rabbit, not clickbait, whatnot, and you're saying, like, yeah, this is, like, that's real and it's not real, I don't give a fuck. Because, like, at this point, we can't do anything about it. Like, you bitching and moaning on Twitter, or not you specifically, but people bitching and moaning on Twitter, like they did, isn't going to do anything about it, nor is it going to, like, it's not going to save the kids. That's not what that is. They believe it is, but in my opinion, it's not going to do anything. But I get why people feel that way. I felt that way at one point. I just don't do it. I just don't feel that way anymore. So, yeah, I feel. Get rid of that. And I am done with this drawing. My real thing is that, like, I want to change the color of the line art, but I don't want it to be, I don't want it to look too thin. You know what I mean? Because I already got, like, the kind of rainbow, blurred outline color. It's not really rainbow, but it looks like rainbow because I have the colors for the guys in this show, as the underneath thing. And, like, that's really cool, but also... But yeah. God. Okay. I'm gonna say this because it's bothering me. I know that's... Can you guys hear that? I'm not sure you can. Yeah, you can definitely hear that. So I'm gonna close my window for like 10 minutes and then I'm gonna have to leave because I'm gonna kill myself. I can still hear it because they're fucking loud. Also, that's great for you. That's great. I'm so glad. I need to practice more with my fucking art. But if you're gonna do stuff during the summer, which I get. It's summer, it's hot. Like, grill. You live in where, like, the houses are connected to each other or they're very close. Don't. Here. Like, you have backyard, little places. Don't. Here. Because that smoke and that heat blows right in my fucking window. And it's hot in here. And I want to be able to just, like, do my thing, but I can't because I hear basketball going and your kids in the backyard. As if your backyard's, like, big enough for the kids. Go in the fucking front yard. Like, stop. There's a playground. There's literally a playground, like, not even 5 minutes. 30 seconds from where we are. 30 seconds. I can see the playground from my window. Go there. Like, it's the most irritating thing. We have a whole clubhouse. Like, stop. Like, I get it that you want to, like, act like this is your, like, this is, like, a regular house. It's not. We're right next to each other. And you're playing loud-ass music. Like, I get it. It's, like, 6 o'clock, but, like, it's hot. And I know they're going to get drunk, and they're going to be doing that all fucking night. And it's just, have some courtesy. That's all I'm asking. For some courtesy. It's not even because I'm recording. It's just in general. It's really loud. My window's right there. Like, it's already hot. Like, I kind of want to be hot in peace. And if you want to enjoy yourself, that's fine. But there are places where you can do that. Where it's not, like, super loud. I mean, I'm being a Karen right now because I'm hot and irritated. But I could totally be being a Karen right now. I could be a Karen. I'm drawing a doll maker character. Ponder helped me fully bring together. I was stuck on her design. But now I can finally draw her. That is wonderful. Honestly, I feel like I want to make the doll maker things, or I want to make, like, characters from doll makers. And I tried doing that once, but then I get, like, really hyper focused on the doll maker, and I'll fucking be like, I like this character, but I also want to make more. And I'm not gonna finish any of them, but I want to make more. But yeah, I forgot to highlight on the lip. I knew I was, like, forgetting something. But yeah, I am so glad that you're able to draw. Honestly, I should do, like, a draw with me. Did I mute myself? No, I didn't. I should do, like, a draw with me, because I haven't done one of those in a while. I just don't want to, like, do it, and then, like, I get irritated or frustrated, because, like, you know, I get nervous, because there's a bunch of people drawing with me, and, you know, what if they hate it? Then, like, I'll have a whole thing, I'll pick the whole thing. I don't want to have that. But also, like, I want to have fun and draw with people. Okay, I shouldn't have put that on. Or I shouldn't have put that on. That But this one, I tried to apply it very softly, and, like, it's actually been pretty it's actually really difficult to do. Give me up, give me up, give me up. Sorry, give me a second. Let's get oh, fuck. I get that, but it's your drawing, so who cares? Yeah, my mind. My mind does. Or she was a character I was making, but I was stuck on. Then Ponder linked to doll maker in her description, and it helped a lot. That's great. And yeah, usually it's like a who cares, but it's not about other people. It's literally about me and my mind and being like, but I care. You care. Figure it out. But yeah, I should have went to the store. Well, I'm gonna still go to the store. I'm gonna layer on. Actually, no, I could go right now. I need to go get the stuff, and I think I can make it to the store before it closes. I've just been like dreading it because I'm like, let's wait until it gets a little bit cooler. Which, well, how? I don't know how hot it is right now. Oh, it's like 75. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to push through because I need ice cream. I need ice cream. I also want pizza. I want pizza and ice cream. Can I have those two things? Possibly. Let's see. Give me a. It's weird. It tells me that I only have like one person viewing, so I guess I assume that like nobody's right here. But apparently I don't. I don't know. My Wi-Fi, or not my Wi-Fi, but my internet in general has been weird. Also, if you want to commission me for stuff, you can. I'm poor. And usually I do my commissions under a whole different name because I don't like... I have privacy problems where I like, for some reason, want to keep everything a secret. And that's like a thing. Well, people ruin stuff for me. And I'm just starting... Or I'm drawing a lot more stuff so I can have like examples for you guys. Or people in general. And so it's been a little bit difficult because I've just been drawing nonstop. And then trying to figure other stuff out. So that's a thing. Oh, still feeling sick with COVID, but at least I get a week off from work. I don't think a week of suffering off is very good. But I'm sorry that you're feeling that way. I know that some people are still just feeling the effects of it, and I get that. I thankfully didn't have much of anything when I got it, which is great. But yeah. We need to be taking it seriously. I don't say that enough often. It's a rinseful thing. But, yeah. As long as you're taking it seriously, you'll be fine. Go to the hospital if you need to. If you're having trouble, tell somebody. All that. All that. I don't remember. How did I get COVID? Right. I got a job at the time, and somebody gave it to my ex, and then, they gave it to him, and then he gave it to me, and we didn't know, because by the time he found out, it was like, yeah, you got it. And he was like, okay, cool. So, like, you know, and well, I guess I'm glad that I had quit that job as soon as I did because, yeah, that shit sucked ass. I was really mad too because I'm just like, why would you come to work like that? Like, why would you do that? Like, it pissed me off. But not my boyfriend, but like whoever his coworker was that came with this fucking shit. Like, can you not be like? I get it, bills be tough, but also like, can you not try to kill us? Just a thought. One problem I have with doll makers is that I move over the full character, not use the doll maker as a base. She's wait, what? She's an it's hard for me to say that word. Axolotl, not a fish fixer. I get what you're saying. I feel that way about like, I used to use randomizers so much, I guess. In a sense of that's sorry, a little bit unrelated, but that shit used to frustrate me because I would use like the randomizers, like, oh, make a witch in like a plane. I don't know, eating a turkey leg, like I'm jumping out, like some bullshit like that. And I remember always being like, why would I, like, why is this a prompt I get, like, oh yeah, it's a prompt because, like, we just need to keep you on your toes or whatever the case may be. I'm just like, this is really dumb. It's like, but it's supposed to help you with your art. I'm like, it's not. It's really dumb. I don't, can we, like, do something else? You know? Oh, that's the wrong brush. Or, like, I would do it, and it would never. They always act like it turns out better, and I'm like, listen, Lavender Town and many other big artists have let us believe, like, yeah, it will turn like you'll do this, and it will turn out pretty great if you do it. You just have to be creative, knowing damn well they'll be randomizing it like 5, 7, 8 times to get the shit that they want. That brings the inspiration to their head. That's a whole nother fucking thing that I want to talk about. Fucking artists lying, just lying to be lying. So many years have gone by where I'm realizing they just lie to lie. Like, you know what would really help you out with your art is using randomizers. That really helps me, as if they don't randomize it like 7 times. Like, oh, I just did it once and I come out with this great drawing. You can feel like the first 4, and now you're doing something that gives you inspiration. It's not the randomizer. It just gives you. You could just do that from looking at Pinterest. Why am I using this stupid ass randomizer that gives me dumbass prompts that I don't fucking like, when I could just use like those picture sites that give you different models different models to like model your poses after, and then just look at Pinterest for a while until I find something I want to draw. Or like, you're trying to like force inspiration on me in the stupidest way that doesn't even work for you. You know what I mean? Oh my god, there's this whole other thing I talked about with somebody about. There are a lot of artists, bigger artists, that keep telling you that your work is less likely to be stolen, or implying that your work is less likely to be stolen if you have a watermark. Like, if you hide the watermark well, it's difficult for people to steal it. I promise you, I'm telling you right now, that shit is so not true. They will steal it regardless. If it takes me, a shitty artist, or if me, a shitty artist, can take away your watermark very quickly. It doesn't matter if you hide it or some shit. If you hide it too small to where they can't find it, nobody cares. Like, they're not gonna go to your shit. Like, let me explain this. When it comes to stealing art, right? The whole point is to have a picture that people will not notice is stolen. If your thing is too small and it's hidden too well, they won't. Your audience is not going to notice that in a glance. They're just going to like the video or follow the page. They're not going to then look for your watermark. Nobody does that except for artists who care, and those artists, I'm a lot of them that do. There are, well, let me not bring those people up because that's a whole other genre. But if your thing is too big, then at that point they're just going to erase it, and they're good at it. It's Photoshop skills. Some people in high school learn that shit. It's not hard. Your watermark is solely so people who know your art will know where to go. Whether it's your handle, whether it's your name, they are recognizing that your stuff is your stuff. It doesn't help combat stealers. It doesn't. It just makes their job like a little bit harder, only because they can't immediately copy and paste it. But they're quick at this point. So sometimes they don't care. They'll still upload the art. So they'll upload the art, say that they don't have it, and then I'll give you credit. They don't care. They'll just turn the comments off. Like, it doesn't stop them from doing it. Please stop telling people that it stops them from doing it. It just doesn't. If you want to combat stealing, just have your art somewhere. Post it somewhere. Well, you already did that, by the way, because they stole it. Post it somewhere where people can see it, and then be like, hey, that's my stuff. And if you don't see it, then why are you talking about this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, at one point, you're going to see it if somebody steals your shit. Somebody's gonna come to you and be like, hey, it's not yours, huh? Like, I promise you. And if you have a problem with them, like, making money off it, like with NFTs and some shit, you can sue them. That's the best you can fucking do. Because obviously you made the damn piece. That's evidence right there that it's yours. Like, there's nothing else you need, really. You can sue them if you want, but other than that, they're just gonna steal it. They'll steal it, take it down, steal it again. They don't give a fuck. They really don't. That watermark is not gonna help them. It doesn't even slow them down anymore. Like, it might have done that back in the beginning ages, or whatever they told them in art school. I promise you it doesn't do anything. Not saying you can't do it, or if you feel like that protects you, that's cool. But I'm telling you right now, that shit doesn't do shit. Like, I've seen it too many times of people being like, that's why you need a watermark. And I'm like, bro, when has someone not stolen your art without a watermark? One time people definitely don't steal your art is when you're bigger and it's easier to recognize. Because then it's most likely that you have a team that will sue them, and they're not here for that smoke. Sometimes they don't even give a fuck about that, so please stop lying to people. Please, it's the most irritating shit. Like, and there's more. There's so many more things that are just blatant lies, and it's irritating. Also, give me a second, because I'm so bad at coloring eyes, so I need to look up a tutorial on how to do these, because honestly I've not drawn decent colored eyes decent colored eyes in a very long time. Why is there a data warning? That's strange. Sorry, I had to bite my lip there. How long have I been doing this for? It's been almost 2 hours. Damn. Well, I should probably go. It's hot, and I haven't finished this, and I definitely should have finished at least the eyes and the face. I'm a bad person, and I'm bad at doing my thing, and I promise I'll finish this by today. I need to finish this and finish that video, and the video is more of just like me cutting shit up together. But yeah, again, you can commission me if you would like to. I would like if you would. Actually, because I just feel like I want to draw more. And it's very hard for me to just draw stuff that I like, because I'm like, I should be doing something else more productive. So that would help. Really, it's made. We could talk about the price, because I have not a set price, but most of it's not over like $25, and that's more for like a full body probably. But yeah, we can talk about that. And I think that's it. There probably is a few more things I was actually going to talk about, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, this was nice. This was a nice little, like, I just got all of some feelings out of my system, but not really, because I still feel them, and I need to process them. I'm gonna try to maybe get some heat or something. I have fries in there. I can get that, but yeah. I'm sorry. It took me like 2 hours of wait. And looking and get pretty good doll maker. Oh yeah, no, those things take hours. That's another thing. It's like, it eats up my time, because I'll just be making dolls for 7 hours, and then like, that's great. Move on to the next one. And I end up playing like girl go games, like old ones and shit, and flash games, and that's kind of how it ends. But yeah, well, it was fun hanging out. Yeah, I know you're fine. You're all right. You're good. Alright, well, I'm gonna go. This was nice. I promise I'll upload. At least till by tomorrow. If it kills me at this point. I will see you guys later. Goodbye. My fucking earring being stuck. That's great. I love that for me. Love it. Love it for me.